Hello everybody, this is the 11th in the series of videos documenting the restoration of the Hickman action in a Mason and Hamlin piano. What you're looking at here is the original components for one individual note that we took apart into its component pieces in order to reproduce those items. Some unique things about it is that it has a much shorter hammer shank. That's because of this top member here. It's got a special flange. It has a composite bushing here. It does incorporate springs that add additional tension to the flange rail, as a added feature for security. This is a dovetail joint, tongue and groove. Actually, I apologize, it's a tongue and groove joint. It's separated into its individual components so that we could reproduce these parts. Then you have the upper knee and the lower knee, and you have the balance spring, and then down here you have the clip, which is a special clip that goes into the capstan, which locks it in place. This piano and the action that was in the piano was damaged when I got it. It was missing 4 complete notes with all the components that you're looking at here. In addition to that, there was 1 complete key that was missing that we have to reproduce. And there were a number of damaged components, particularly flanges and this upper component right here that seemed to take most of the abuse. So what we have done is we've made the first production parts. Here you can see all the items in brand new hard maple. We orientated the grain in the proper direction for each component. We then went ahead and glued the tongue and groove components together here, just as original. And we made a balance wire. We made some new stainless clips. And for the 1 key that was missing, of course, it had the capstan in it. We had to reproduce a special capstan. We're going to be using or taking advantage of using some original hammer shanks. The only difference between these hammer shanks, as they were pulled out of a stock production action, and the Hickman action, is that it's got the Hickman action's got actually a shorter square section. So we're going to have to take one of these originals and taper it down so that we have less than that. The other item is because of this member in between the flange and the hammer shank, the actual shanks themselves are much shorter. They're about almost 20% shorter than the originals, which actually improves the rigidity for the hammer shanks. There's less flexing and just overall just a bit more beneficial design. Here you'll notice a series of pins for joints. I have some in different sizes, and we were able to size this unique pin joint here on this component, this flange, to use this 051 3/10 pin in that joint. And when you look at some of the original literature, it calls for that composite flange to be reamed to 52 thousandths and use a 51 4/10 pin. So we're really close, and I have to tell you, I'm very pleased with the fit of the pin. It allows free movement and there's no wobble. So I think we've done a good job of getting that. So this is what has to be done for 1 note. I did want to show you some springs that I was able to get from online. There's actually a really great a website called the Spring Store, and they basically have a lot of options in terms of finding the springs that you need, and they will make those for you once you find something that's on their website. So here are all the production parts that we've made up. Since we are missing 4 sets, there's 3 additional components or sets of components for the lower end. And because we have, in addition to the 4 notes that need to be completely reproduced, we have some additional flanges and some additional upper members that needed to be made in order to repair some of the things that we're finding. It seems like when I look at all the notes in this action, all 88 of them, none of the components on these lower sections are damaged or bad in any way. The basic difficulty we're finding is broken out. The fingers here where the special composite bushing is, and that can't be really repaired very well. And these upper members are either loose in the tongue and groove or they're broken. So I've decided to make some extra ones and replace all those that are questionable. In addition, there are some of the original notes that, although everything is in good shape, the glue joint has failed, so we're going to be taking those apart and re-gluing those. So just a quick update to let people know that we've made some good progress. The next step will be to go ahead and get these parts stained so that they match some of the original patina of these original parts. And then we'll have to felt everything, put in all the pin joint felts, and do the assembly. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more progress.